It's Citizen AY here again. I will be on TikTok soon, probably tomorrow. But I wanted to talk about this particular issue because I wanted to really touch on something. A few weeks back, and this is a very important information so that we can be aware. Chinese men, I think one Chinese man was caught with gold bars and 400,000 US dollars trying to smuggle the gold bars out of Democratic Republic of Congo. And it's been subsequently jailed for 7 years. They've been jailed for 7 years. The Chinese man has been jailed for 7 years for trying to smuggle out of DRC uh, um, gold bars, and they found on him $400,000 of US dollar cash. Now, this is something that we should all be very aware of. Yes, we like what is happening um, with the fact that there's BRICS, and all of that. But as Africans, this is even more important for us to understand that um, those who we are, going to trade with, they are going to look out for their own interest by hook or by crook, by hook or by crook. So those who were saying, okay, great, we should join BRICS, and I still say we join BRICS. But when you start seeing that there are people who are taking a lot of our wealth out of Africa and trying to um, you know to take it away and not pay anything for it, and get away scot free, that tells us that ultimately the responsibility for ensuring that we get our money's worth for whatever resources is living in Africa, it ultimately lies with you and I. And that's why we need to support the likes of Ibrahim Traore as a Goita. Ibrahim Traore is very much waking us up to know that we must make sure that if anybody's taking our resources, that we, the people of Africa, will benefit from those resources by way of them paying the true value for those resources before leaving our continent, because many of them get it for on the cheap. And what they are doing, by the way, because the dollar is crashing in value now, many countries, including China, they are finding every means possible to keep their the current to keep gold, to put gold in their central bank. So by hook or by crook, they want to make sure that they have gold bars. Um, Gold bars is more valuable than the US dollar. Gold bars are more valuable than the US dollar. So many countries around the world, they are coming to Africa, and what they are doing is taking those resources out of Africa to protect themselves. As we all know, the US now, they are trying to prevent many countries from de-dollarizing. They're trying to make it difficult for many countries to stop using the US dollars. They want us to depend on that. And what many of those countries are doing is, instead of keeping US dollars, they are turning to gold. And they are trying to get as many of the gold bars into their own central bank. That is exactly what China is doing. China is stocking up on gold. Um, what we must do is make sure that the gold bars that are in Africa must end up in the central bank of African countries. The gold bars in our soil must exclusively end up in the central bank of African countries. That way, we shore up our economy, because the dollar is crashing severely. Many countries are beginning to not want to accept to be trapped in the dollar system. The dollar system is a financial it's a crux. It is like a stranglehold on your development. The more dollar you have, the more you become enslaved to the system. So when you hear that the Chinese One man has been jailed for 7 years. They found him with bars of gold bar and many gold bars plus $400,000 in cash, trying to take it out of Africa. One can presume that he was actually paying off some people somewhere. Okay, here's money. Have money. They're giving them whatever money you want, but they want the gold bar. What we must know in Africa, everybody, hi, the gaming boy, everybody in Africa, please make sure that every country, we're talking, you see what they're doing in Ibrahim in Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso, they are storing their gold bars in their central bank. And this is the visionary leader, Ibrahim Traore, that has led this. He's making sure that all of the gold bars that comes out of the soil in Burkina Faso ends up in the central bank of Burkina Faso. The same thing must happen in DRC. What is happening is that the DRC is being exploited by the colonials. They put in all of these military bases. The US has a military base in the DRC that is really about literally flying out the gold. The bases, nobody, no DRC, no government official of the DRC has the right to inspect or check any of the planes, of the US planes flying out of DRC. What does that mean? It means that the US can go and take gold from any part of the DRC and fly it out of the DRC without paying anything for it. And that ends up in the US. What we need to do is to put a stop to this. These are reasons. What I just said now are reasons enough for us to make sure that every African country kicks out all of the colonial military bases, because what they are doing is taking our resources. Now, the most valuable resource in the world right now that holds the value of your any worth is gold. We have gold in Africa. We have so much gold. But what they've been doing is keeping us divided and making sure that we're fighting each other whilst they're cutting off the gold. We need to wake up. Like I said, the Chinese and others will do whatever they need to do to take advantage, to keep us asleep whilst they take the resources. We need to wake up. Ibrahim Traore has shown us the way. Ibrahim Traore has taken over the gold mines from foreign countries, Canadian companies, British companies, Australian companies. He's been taking over the gold mines in Burkina Faso. And then he's been training his own people to mine the gold in Burkina Faso. And the gold goes. Good day, Semangai. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a while. Thank you. It's a great pleasure. Please, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. As you're watching, please do share this broadcast. And please give us thumbs up and help us reach more people. We are talking about this because as Africans, we need to understand that what is going on, the world is de-dollarizing. Many countries around the world no longer trust the dollar, because the dollar is now seen as a currency that is used to enslave you, to entrap you, to keep you in the system, to keep you from growing, to prevent you from developing in your continent. The dollar is a system designed to entrap many countries in the global south, to keep you from actually developing, to keep you enslaved to the system, and for you to never benefit from your own resources. They extract the value from your resources to the US rather than keeping it in your country so that you can build roads, you can build cars, you know. So, blowing smoke. I'm 28. Well, I'm no, no. This is not the program for that. We are talking about really making sure that Africans know their rights and actually begin to wake up. Thank you for the thumbs up. Please give us thumbs up and the love and the like. Thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. Help us grow the platform. What we are saying, and I'm saying this again, many African countries, let us, all of us, begin to tell our governments we want African leaders and African governments to begin to store the gold that is in our soil, to mine it and put it in our central bank. We hold the value of our currency. It is time we begin to take control of our currency rather than wait for anybody abroad to dictate the value of our currency. The IMF and the World Bank and the financial structures of the Western government is designed to keep the value of to depress the value of African global South countries, to keep us impoverished. We need to wake up. Like I said, what has happened now with the Chinese man caught with gold going out of China and going out of the Democratic Republic of Congo? He's been jailed for 7 years. How many more are there? How many more people around in the Congo are right? How many more people are in Congo right now taking out the resources? That resources, the gold should be in the central bank of the Democratic Republic of Congo. You know, yes, proud. Exactly. I'm so proud when yes, Ibrahim Traore. And you know the thing. Let me talk about Ibrahim Traore briefly. Ibrahim Traore has now done something. He has made sure he's banned the wearing of the wigs and the colonial wigs and gowns. He's now making sure that people wear the African attire for our own judges and judges and the judiciary. He's changed that. He's talked about the language. He's making sure that we are proud to speak our own language in our own in Africa. This is not about hating anybody. It's about standing up for Africa. It's about making sure that we get up and we begin to actually promote all things Africans among ourselves. Become proud of our continent. Our continent has got the resources that we need. We don't need anything else. We need to start trading among ourselves. The the currency in Africa, it makes no sense for many African countries to be rejecting the dollar, the naira, the shillings, the cedis, and all of that in favor of the dollar. Because all you are simply doing is giving away your resources, your money, because they buy your resources on the cheap with the dollar, and they continue to keep you underdeveloped. The currency that everybody says, I want the dollar. Every time you use the dollar, oh, thank you. Okay, that's fine. That's good. But we are here really talking about building Africa. So I'm not really interested in that. It's great, but of course, share my broadcast. But we are focused on making sure that as Africans, we gain to get the benefit of our resources. And like I said, when you see that even in China, they're building up the stocks of gold reserves in all ways. We must make sure. Hi, blowing smoke. That's fine. Yeah, it's great. But like I said, we're focused on what we're saying here is to recap. This platform is speaking about Africa, empowering Africans to know their rights, to speak our African language on the African continent, to stand up for African culture, to encourage our African youths to be proud of their language, to achieve their goals using their language, to stand up for what is right, to begin to benefit from our resources. That is what this platform is about. If you are for that, blowing smoke, great. Um, Look, hello. That's not the point. No, I don't want. I'm not. I'm already married. Thank you very much. So I'm not interested in that. No, I'm fine. I don't. I'm not interested in that right now. Again, I'm not going to talk about that. This is clearly this distraction technique. There's nothing wrong. You can marry whoever you want to marry. All I'm saying is that Africans must stand up in Africa to make sure that we begin to benefit from our resources. You know, yeah, made me laugh. It's very true. But what we're saying is this: we have to continue in that vein. So it's not only, you can see now that they've caught the Chinese with gold bars leaving Democratic Republic of Congo and with $400,000 on them, and they'll be jailed for 7 years. It is not only the US that is coming for the resources or the other G7. China is doing it. Many other countries will do it. What I am saying is that Africans, we have to encourage ourselves to begin to save, keep those, tell our leaders, we want them to put more of our gold that's in our soil into our central bank. Our gold that is in the soil, they must mine it, and it must be mined by locals, not by foreigners. The gold must be mined by locals. In Burkina Faso right now, the people who are mining the gold are Burkinabes, and the Burkinabes are now mining it, and once they mine it, they now put it in the central bank. You will see there's a video, I'll come up with a video, where you will see Ibrahim Traore holding gold bars that was mined and processed by Africans. And that gold bar is now, the gold bars are now rapidly building up in the Burkina Faso Central Bank, meaning that their currency, when they decide, currently they're still using CFA, but they're working on changing things. Whatever currency that they issue is going to be backed by that gold. And it is time we understand that as Africans. It is really important that as Africans, we understand that and we begin to promote the wealth that we are wealthy people. We are not poor. Africa is not poor. We have been conditioned to psychologically believe that we have nothing. But if you look at it, many of the countries that keep telling us we have nothing, the G7 countries and all that, they keep coming to Africa. They can never leave Africa because they know the resources are in Africa. And we need to wake up. So the plan, it's a simple thing. All African countries, wherever you have mineral resources, your job is to start telling your government to put the gold bars in the central bank of all African countries. Wherever we have gold, the central bank must store more of our gold. Those gold must not be leaving Africa. They have to stay in Africa in our central banks. Now, when we now want to issue, and when we now issue our currencies, the currencies will be backed by those gold bars. Currently, right now, those who are telling us about currencies, those who are telling us to about, oh, we use dollars, they are taking away our resources and giving us a worthless piece of paper. They are making our currencies worthless, so they can use the dollar and the euro to buy our resources on the cheap. We must, as Africans, make sure that all our central banks, we must to see a 100% rise. In fact, 1,000% rise in the gold bars that we have in our central banks. And another thing I want to say to many of the African leaders who are stealing African resources, and the end and they give you dollars. They say, "Don't worry, give us your resources. We'll give you dollars. We will put dollars in your in the bank in the US for you. We will put dollars in Panama. We put dollars in UK. We put dollars everywhere." Guess what? When they want to step on it, when the system wants to step on it, overnight they can just snuff it out. So you are actually putting yourself at risk. You are really putting yourself to, this is to all African leaders except for, of course, Ibrahim Traore, Assimi Goïta, General Chiani. They are working for Africans. They are working to build a continent and to build infrastructures for their people. Everything they're doing to create jobs, to create innovation in Africa. We are very innovative in Africa, and let us not be shy of that. Let us speak up. So I just wanted to just touch on this briefly here. I needed to speak about this because I saw just a few weeks back that even the Chinese, they've sent some people in to come and take gold that belongs to Africans on the cheap. You see? And they've been caught. Now, the thing is, we want this system to actually, we have to put a network in place. We all have to make ourselves aware. We need to encourage all African governments to make sure the governments where there are resources, they have to, yeah, you saw a doctor. Yeah, exactly. It was exactly. So this is it indeed. Simangal, thank you very much. What we need to do on Africa now is to make sure that we begin to you can give me super chat, blowing smoke. You can give me super chat if you want to. I welcome super chat. You can just do a super chat right now on the screen, and I welcome that. All that to help us. We're trying to grow the platform. We do need your support. I've been away for a while. That's why you've not seen me, but I'm back now. So please do help us grow the platform. We do need to reach more people. The more you can help us, the more we can be able to do more to raise awareness. The platform is about promoting all things Africans, to make us be proud of our language, to speak in our language, to hold those in government to accountable using our language, and to begin to instruct them what we want them to do, i.e., we want them to mine the gold and put it in our central bank. So please, blowing smoke. If you do want to give to the platform, you are very welcome. We got super chat right there. You can donate to that, and you can subscribe and also help us grow the platform. I really do appreciate those of you who are joining. I guess I'm going to stop at this point, but I wanted to just talk about that. I'll come and give you a bit more detail in terms of the report that I found. I'll read more of it. But like I said, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, a Chinese man, maybe more than one, they were caught in the DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo. They were caught looting gold that belongs to the people of Congo. They were going to take it out with $400,000 on them, presumably money meant to be using to induce the locals to give the gold away for free. And they've been jailed for 7 years. That's good, but now we actually want, we as Africans, all of those minerals, we should have our people to be trained in how to mine those minerals responsibly and use it in our community before it leaves the African continent. This is not about hate, it's about speaking truth to power. So those of you watching, I thank you all very much. You've been listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. We welcome super chats. Please do give us we welcome gifts from yourself and subscribe. Please, every time you watch, help us reach more people by hitting the like button, give us subscribing, and of course, we welcome super chats. For now, I say thank you very much. Simangal, thank you. And for your comments as well. Blowing smoke, I thank you also. The gaming boy, greetings to you as well. And others, as you're watching, when you do come back and watch this later on, please do me a favor. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the platform, Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power, and give us thumbs up. And of course, we welcome super chats. So thank you very much. Here is where I will drop off for now. I'll be back later on. Thank you for watching. You've been listening to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'll be back later on. Thank you and bye for now.